Hello Chattanooga, here's a quick look at today's top stories. First of all, we're learning more about Terry Lee Releford, the man who took his own life yesterday after being suspected of killing his pregnant wife in Soddy Daisy. Records show Releford choked and raped 2 women in Bradley County when he was 18 years old. He was locked up in prison for 15 years before being released last May. 2 months after his release, he married Tammy Releford. The sheriff's office says 35-year-old Tammy was in late pregnancy when her husband killed her at their home Sunday morning with her 2 daughters in the house. The sheriff says it appears Tammy was bludgeoned to death, but it's possible she was also shot. One of the girls managed to run next door to call for help. Terry fled the house and drove to Calhoun, Georgia. Investigators used a cell phone to track him to the Budget Inn before he shot himself in the head on Monday morning. Next up, a national atheist group says it will donate its literature to cabins and lodges in Georgia's state parks after the governor's recent decision to allow Bibles there. The American Atheist Organization says it's waiting for an answer from the state on the best procedure to donate several books, including one titled "Why I Am an Atheist." But it's not clear whether the atheist literature will find a place in the cabins. Asked if the state would allow it, a spokesman for Nathan Deal would only say the governor's office is working quickly on regulations for material distribution at state parks. Next, it's been 4 months after Red Bank's traffic cameras were removed, and city officials say they aren't missed. In the months since, there hasn't been any increase in hazardous driving or the number of accidents, and fewer tickets have been issued. Furthermore, traffic seems to be on the rise in Red Bank. That's something businesses were hoping would happen. Red Bank Mayor John Roberts says people continue to tell him how happy they are that the cameras are gone. A new study shows that while poverty is increasing nationwide, it has hit suburbs harder than cities in the last dozen years. That's true for Tennessee's largest cities, Knoxville, Nashville, and Memphis, where the number of people living in poverty in the suburbs rose dramatically. But it's not true for Chattanooga, and researchers say they're not sure why. Here, suburban poverty grew by 52% in the last 12 years, but urban poverty grew by more than 75%. Federal agents have seized nearly $7 million from Cleveland doctor Raymond Sean Brown. A federal civil lawsuit claims that Brown committed money laundering, wire mail, and Medicare fraud. No criminal charges have yet been filed. In business news, Blockbuster will close its last remaining store in Chattanooga next month. The movie rental chain is selling its inventory of DVDs and games at its Highway 58 store and will close for good on June 13th. The Bonnaroo Music Festival may generate more than $51 million for Manchester, Coffee County, and the state this year. Usually a small and quiet town, Manchester will be transformed into the 7th largest city in the state when 80,000 Bonnaroo attendees come for the festival starting June 13th. The economic impact of the festival on Coffee County alone last year was more than $37 million. And there's talk that the farm where Bonnaroo is held may be used for many other events in the near future. One event, the Great American Mud Run, is already scheduled there for July 27th and is expected to host more than 5,000 participants. Finally, a Cleveland, Tennessee software developer is in New York City today to claim a Webby Award. Universal Mind developer David Tucker spearheaded the company's effort to create the iPad Table. It's a tabletop made of 15 iPads, and they function as one device. The idea earned Universal Mind a People's Choice Webby in the Experimental and Innovation category. Previous Webby Award winners include some companies you may have heard of: Skype, Pinterest, and even search giant Google. And today will be mostly sunny with a high near 88 degrees. There's a 30% chance of showers and thunderstorms after 3 p.m. The low tonight will be around 65. I'm Harrison Keeley. For more on these stories and updates throughout the day, follow us on Facebook and visit timesfreepress.com.